sound. I didn't put the micro in. And there's a sound, but I thought about putting the radio. I'm just gonna jam here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try to find the radio. I'm not sure what this guy is rapping here. Like check raising, I don't know, 7s, 8s. I'm just gonna call here. Okay. It didn't have any sense. He needs to, if he's check raising, I don't know, 10s, jacks, he needs to bet a turn. He checked there and now bet small. He can easily have, I don't know, with hearts something like king queen or queen jack. He won't turn ace into bluff, so he check raise small, bet he would continue with spades, so, and I don't think he would really bet like 7s. It was limped pot here. I'm gonna jam it or call. I think we're losing like from queen 7 here. We're blocking trees that can limp. A really strange play. It was limped, but I don't think he's limping like 10s here or 7s. Okay, queen 10, and he didn't bet it. I'm gonna do like, with the backdoor, I think I will call, okay. Donk it immediately. I'm gonna 4-bet it. He's 3-betting 19%. I'm gonna 4-bet call. I think maybe, but here with the queen 3, a limped pot. Yeah, the guy over limped here. He's never limping, I think, 10s. Yeah, it looks like, the problem is I'm blocking the 10s. If I have like queen 7, it's easier fold than this. But okay. Ace 5, I'm gonna fold. Maybe I can put, I think the sound now is okay, right? I think it's okay. I think this guy is a Recro. MacTech. Okay, yep. Okay. Okay, great. I think we're betting here. He can have like pair plus draw and that type of hands. I'm gonna bet big. I also think we're here where we have the best hand. I'm gonna 4-bet here. Open here. 3-bet smaller here. One-fourth here. Blocking ace queen, ace jack suited. It's real good here. I'm gonna jam here. Even I think he's gonna have like a king queen of clubs and like ace 10, but we block ace jack here. The question here is he can fold like, I don't know, ace 10. I'm gonna jam here. Great. He's gonna have also like king queen. Maybe he can call like ace deuce and ace 4 suited that he gonna call 4-bet with. The problem is that he's gonna always have like we block ace jack of clubs, but he's gonna always have like ace 10 and ace queen, and that's not gonna fall on the river. But he's gonna also, I think, call with the king x and fold the river. But our hands with the blocker, I think it's just a bet on the river. Okay. We are like betting their ace king plus. We don't 4-bet ace queen in that position, so we have yep, that's it. These are all the regs. Only Tanya Mama, we don't know what it is. Oh, this is Recro here. Pay to see Recro. Opening here. Like I told you in the stream, we're gonna do 2 more sessions probably. One will be big and one will be shorter. We have 10k more hands to go, 11k hands to go to finish the challenge. And I just couldn't play earlier, and I just had the opportunity to play now, and I want to play like a bit, like I don't know how much, and then that's it. This guy's like now repping king x here, or sixes, and they stab sixes, so he's repping like mainly king. I don't think he's betting like hand with like ace 10 of diamonds here. He's mainly, I think, betting king x, the check behind, and Wreckers can do that. They can check king x here a lot. Okay, we have Jewel. Jewel is a 3-tabler, so probably reg. Okay. Let's see this guy. He's a 1-tabler. Jewel is a reg. Teddy. Teddy is 1-tabler also. So like I said, we're gonna do probably one big session of like 10 hours, and I will finish with those. Finish the challenge then, and these few shorter ones. And that will be that. We're gonna finish the 100k hands challenge. So let's try to do it strong, but we are mainly now when we play, I don't know any of these players. Pretty good flow for our range. I think we need to check raise a lot here. Yep, I'm betting here. A7 is a float. And check. Squeeze here. He's bet check betting here. This guy's also like 4-betting a lot. Let's see how much he folds versus the squeeze. Okay, we don't have info how much he didn't 4-bet versus squeeze at all. Okay. Check call here. One check. Because I feel that he's gonna check here ace and go to the bet check bet again. And now I'm gonna turn it into bluff. We're gonna have like queens and tens here. You can turn those into bluff. Basically, all these new regs are new for us, and also a recross. But the pool is smaller than usual, so this guy is a reg, not a recro. B Arsenal is a recro. I'm gonna call it when the recro is also on the big blind. Fold here. I'm going to delay. Call here. Check call. fold here. King knight will be folded. Let's see how much this guy bets multi-way. I want to know. Just because he bets smaller and... Okay. Having the ace of diamonds in this spot is not the greatest. He did bet really small. I think I'm gonna fold here. Let's see his overbet range on the turn. We don't have any. He didn't use it anything and we just don't know. Okay. Having the ace of diamond here sucks, so. Because he's gonna do that play with the ace of diamonds when he's doing it. And also he's turning a middle position. Yep, his middle position here. So his range is narrower and not a lot of bluffs. And also the bad thing is if he's bluffing with diamonds and we have the diamonds blocker, when the diamonds hit, it's not gonna be that good. And we don't know the player, we don't know what he's overbetting, we just know that this is his first overbet in that spot. I mean in every spot he didn't overbet at all. Okay. I'm not gonna call for bet it. No guys, I'm not gonna, after the challenge I'm just gonna play my usual stakes, my usual games. I'm not gonna play here on the PokerStars anymore. This was the challenge just for the PokerStars. We played like a month and a half or stuff. It's enough. I'm not gonna continue playing. Fold here. Trotmont. 2 tablers, so nothing. Check call. Just checking here. He check call, checking king queen pretty strong. Pretty strong. 6-9 fold. Three betting here. Completely new reg to us. This is call. Button versus like 8%. 8% of hands. Like nines plus ace queen suited broadways and some bluffs. Let's see what type of hands he had. Check call here. Betting small here. This guy call a 3-bet. He's a recro and he did it. Okay. I'm gonna bet small here. Check. I think records can have basically anything. So that queen is, I think they're gonna have like all ace queens and king queens. Check here with the sevens. Just one quick pause. And I'll be back in 1 minute. I need to go to toilet. Really quick break. Sit after next hand. Sit after next hand. Okay, just gonna fold. open here. Treatment is now 3 tabling, so we're gonna mark him as a reg. Hello. I think this session will be a lot tougher than usual because we basically don't have a reads on anybody, or we have a reads on just on a few people. A lot of unknowns here. We saw that guy 3-bet with ace-9 off and stuff like that, and we don't know them because we usually start playing in 11 o'clock. Now it's 4, so completely different pool of players, and that's not suiting us very well. Okay. I'm just gonna bet here. He can have anything, it's for value. Having a flush draw, so with it. I'm not gonna even try to range the recurse because it's impossible. Opening queen 6. Check here. He didn't try to bluff with deuces or anything. Okay. What do we have about Oimar? Okay. Passively playing his draws, that's the read we have. He had combo draw, he played it really passively. I'm gonna bet once more here. Calling with 10 jack suited. Bet here. Folding here with the Omax. He 3-bet us with ace-9 off. So he probably loves the aces. Hello, Quacky man. I'm here in Germany the next 4 days now, and I plan to finish the challenge now. And like I said, I just can't give you a schedule because I just had the opportunity to stream now. I didn't have the opportunity to do it before. I just came home now, and I just know that I need to finish that. So there won't be any schedule. It's just when I can. But like I told you, I'm just gonna make one big. I'm gonna just make one big session. It will be like I don't know, maybe even tomorrow. It will be like 10 hours. That's my plan. Just one big session, and maybe one like this and one also like this, so two shorter ones. Call here. Checking. This guy is 3-betting a lot, it seems. 13% button versus early 10. Falling a lot of 4-bets. I'm just gonna call here and bluff with worse hands than this. Let's see, does he double barrel a lot? If he's double barreling a lot, then we have a really cool shove on the turn. But I'm just gonna check raise it here. His range is really wide. He's gonna have a lot of like ace-jack off, king queen off stuff. I would check raise like 9s there, 10s. Even some of the 10s I would 4-bet pre against this guy, because we saw that his range is wider. Okay, check call here. Open. I'm just raising here and raising big. Squeezing. This guy is opening tight, like 14%. 1/3. This guy will have like all pairs in the range. I'm gonna bet smaller. I'm gonna call here with ace blocker against two of those. It's close, I'm gonna fold it. I don't like this. Against reckless again. I think he'll have mainly like all pairs. He called middle position. He called cutoff versus middle position, then called the squeeze here. He's now raising. I don't know what he's is he raising. I mean, he can raise set now, like call here and raise set now. He can also do that. We have two fishes here. I'm just gonna call. It's also like okay to check, but if he has like all pairs, it would be much harder if we actually had a hand, but we didn't have it. Let's see what will happen here. Hello, Ultima Forsen. Yep, challenge almost done, man. Like two sessions more, I feel. Okay, bet 1/3. Mozi, man, we talk about that a lot. We together on the stream use solvers and practicing together and stuff. So I don't want to like repeat myself. You can just check out the streams that was like we have, I don't know, we are streaming month and a half, so you can see like more information that you want. So I don't want to repeat myself and talk about stuff that we talk million times. You have the website, you have my results. You can make assumptions on that. Am I using solvers? Am I working on my game? Okay, this guy, Recro. This guy, I mark him as a reg, but I'm just gonna move the label because I don't know. I mark him first as a fish, now as a reg because he started the 4 tabling. But again, now I just don't know. We're just gonna call here. We don't have many strong hands. We don't have 10s, we don't have 8s, we don't have aces, of course. We don't have ace 10 suited, so we're just gonna mainly defend with the calling. He's not double barreling much. So this guy is a tighter, and when he double barrels here, he overbets. Let's see in the overbet pop-up what he's doing with overbets. He did make 2 overbets out of the 41 occasion. We don't know what he did overbet. He did one in position, one out of position when we don't have any information. Our hand is fault. But on that board, I'm just not going to have raise range. Just because I have many mediocre hands and I don't want to have like a raising range because I don't have any set. So basically my strongest hand is ace 10 off, and in that position I just don't want to have a raising range, because if I have a raising range then my calling range will be really weak and I'm going to just be easy to barrel off the hand. That's why I'm having like all the 2 pairs there in a call range, and it's much easier to play like that. For example, we'd have a lot of hands that will call here. Check. DVD AQ. To tabler. Okay, I'm not gonna mark him or anything. Check. Which raise asking me do I use check raise line after check the flop on big blind? I use check raise line. I also use step line with the overbet step. I just mix it up. It depends on the board structure and the opponent and which hands I want to do what. If the guy has a strong check raise or he has a weak check range and stuff, it depends on stuff like that. But of course you need to use both of the lines. Step big line, step overbet, and based on the size I'm always calling. Betting here against recro. East guy is also recro, so they are all the recros. Okay. I'm gonna bet here, fold. Let's see this guy, TI is 1 tabler, okay. I definitely feel we're gonna have the best hand here. I'm just gonna go smaller. He's gonna have like many pair plus draw hands. That's why I'm betting smaller here. Betting bigger here. I have some reads on him. Okay, I'm just gonna check it. I mark him. I have reads that he's really tight, and he did like. So I don't expect him here to, like, I don't know, bet with 4s or 8s, stuff like that. If I did, I would just shove the hand on the turn. I'm gonna raise here. Mozil is asking me what is my when soft flop. It's 51. Small blind versus early, middle, 7%. First 3-bet about this guy. I think this was a really good hand. I'm gonna 4-bet it. I don't usually like to do it because I don't know the players, but I'm gonna do it this time. Also, our like fold to shove is really low. That means that we are a lot 4-betting for value. And I don't know the guy. That's why I don't want to call, because I don't know like is his range wide enough to call. If he has like only 3-bet and call 3-bet or fold range, then it's definitely good to call because he's gonna have 12% there. I'm having like 12 to 14%. So if he's having that type of the range, I'm not gonna 4-bet this. I'm just gonna call it. But I don't know. I'm first time playing with the guy. I'm gonna go for a call 4 here. 3-betting a lot on button. 13%, okay. And this guy is opening also really wide, so he's gonna 3-bet him a lot. Let's see how much he calls 4-bet. Okay. I would say that he has like 9s, 10s, through jacks a lot, alongside with like king queen suited, ace queen suited, ace jack suited. He doesn't have ace jack off. We don't have any blockers here or anything. I'm gonna give up. He's unfolding like 9s here or 10s. And his hand now look like a lot of 9s and 10s. We don't have anything how he plays 4-bet pots, but I would guess that he really looks like 9s or 10s. And he didn't even value bet on the river. I just didn't want to continue here without any backdoor, any like blockers or anything. But his range like looks like what he had. I just hate playing against trackers. That's like what I always say, but really I hate it. Falling 75 from out of position, okay. And opening a lot. I'm gonna check behind ace 5. Just to strong up my like when I have kings, queens, jacks. He's betting really big here. When the 9 get here, it's really good. Yep, we definitely call there. Lucky Chow. Let's see how much he opens against us. I always forgot we don't have any sample here, so there's no sense for watching it. I think we always have sixes in this spot, but like always. Okay, I'm gonna call here. He's double barreling. I mean, it's no sample at all, but I'm when I see like under the, I don't know, 300 hands, I'm not gonna even watch again. Clinch. He's four tabling now, but feels like a fish. Queen threefold. Okay, let's cut. And this guy is not folding, but of course there is no sample. For six fold. Jack and queen are not connecting, like queen 6, queen 5, we block those. So it's pretty safe for us on the river. Check here. We have a new reg, it's Paix Feliz. So we're gonna mark him. I'm gonna bet pot here. 4, 5. I'm gonna call it. I mean, we should like tone down here. I'm just gonna check raise. I think he's gonna have like all ace-x. And I think that flush draw he would bet bigger. I'm gonna bet like this. Really, really bad. He should like change the ace of diamonds here into bluff. And I don't know, like, our record is doing that in this stack to pot ratio. I don't think the records are doing, like, reg can do it, and I would like, but against records they just don't bluff raise at all. but that like bet on the turn, like then it's definitely like an ace of diamonds hand, like ace something of diamonds, that is betting smaller on the turn, calling and then shoving the river. I guess it's hand like that probably. No, I'm just gonna stream it like once a week, so I can just show you the program in the full environment, because here on the PokerStars I didn't have a sample. The whole goal of the challenge was to show the program, and I couldn't do it because there is no sample, and like I can show like basically the HUD, but I just can show what programs have. I showed you like 4-bet pop-up, I show you the deep pop-up so you can see like how players play deep. It's like really useful on Zoom, but we didn't have many hands on people, so I can really show you that. So I'm just gonna basically stream once a week probably, just to show you the program, to keep people that buy program, just to keep in touch with them, and basically that will be it. Because I'm gonna play also a lot of live poker. I'm gonna play a couple of big tournaments, so that's the reason. He didn't value bet here, 8 to 10. So I'm just gonna stream when, like once a week, it will be my goal to stream it, and as long as I'm playing, I will stream the session, all the session I play, and that will be it. And maybe after the winter, maybe we can go to another challenge. I'm not gonna promise anything, but we're gonna see what will happen. I just don't know what is clinch. You see, like really betting here, ace-x. Pakes Felice. Okay. Opening 18%. He called Tribet in these positions with ace-8 suited and ace-queen. We saw what he's for, but he 4-bet queen 10 suited also. Let's see this guy. This guy is a recro. In that spot with the two pairs, when we check raise the turn and bet the river, especially when we're using that size, I think we just need to call a shove against the reg, and I wouldn't fold against the reg, because reg can like perceive us that we are betting thinner for value and not balancing it well with like flushes, and he can just turn ace-x into bluff. And against the reg, when I'm betting that size, I'm not folding like two pair ever, but I have a population data on recro players, and they're just not doing that. If he has like ace, I don't know, ace king, he's not going to turn it into bluff there. So that's the reason I folded. Even it's like super exploitable, but we know the guy is recro. Against reg, we just can bet small and fold. It would be like suicide, because when we are, especially when we are like betting smaller side, we just need to defend a lot more. Are there any normal regs in the zoo? In the Zoom 100? It's strange questions. Strange question. I don't know how to answer it. Uh, I guess there is a lot of normal regs, but like it's also depend what you think about what is your definition of the normal reg. So I just don't know how to answer that. Okay, let's see Volita. Volita is like opening. Seems a lot. Just typical recro player, I would say. Not falling to 3 bets. I'm gonna bet. We are deeper, so I'm gonna bet bigger, like this. Okay, bet here. Facing a raise here. Here did raise once, we don't have any idea what he did raise. So guys, our goal is to finish the challenge in one bigger session. That's our goal. John Harding is telling that HUD looks good. HUD is great if you, especially when you're using like when you have sample and you can use it full. It has like multi-way pots, really crazy things there. There's a check raise here against Ludacris. Check and bet. I'm gonna forward here because it's recro. This is like GTO is for betting ace queen in these positions. Okay, I'm gonna bet. I wanted to say also we have like when you have sample, it's just really crazy, because like the best, in my opinion, the best feature here is the in my opinion is the multi-way pop-up, and I'm gonna show you like you have every part of multi-way game covered there. We're just gonna raise big. We're basically saying that we have a full house here. How the game is played, we're just gonna bet. We're gonna raise it real big. %, open. Let's see what the guy calls here. He called 3-bet 50% of the range of opening 20. Okay. One bet smaller here. 1/3 on this board. Let's see. He's not folding. He floated like nines, which is standard. We have here that he just called once versus small blind, and that's it, and that was nines. So we basically don't know what his range looks like here. How many 10x he has. I would guess like 9-10 suited, 10-jack suited, and like 10-queen, 10-king suited ones. That would be my guess. Really strange river. Because I think here if he has like, I don't know, hand like ace-3 suited, he's going to check behind. If he has like even ace-jack, I would feel that this guy would check it. So it's on the river, like what he's doing is, if he having like eights there, is he having eights there, and then depends, do we want to bluff catch there? Okay. You can make a lot of things, but you need to see what this program can do, because we have all hand range, And if you see like the version on the full version of the program, we have hand range in every spot. So multi-way you have like, for example, look at here. Here's without hand range because PokerStars doesn't allow it, and you still have here like everything you need. You have like how he plays when he's out of position, how he plays, what is his range when he's calling multi-way, what he's doing like when he's out of position, what he's stabbing. You see like you have everything here. What he's doing. You have like a hand range, but you don't have graph, and we basically have everything in a full version of the program. So it's pretty cool, and we're gonna show you that like 8% falling to 4-bet. So he has hands that can call a 4-bet. And I also know that this guy is 3-betting deep. Look at this, like we're gonna go to a deep, and we see that okay, out of position he's 3-betting 5%, 7% against us. He's in position 3-betting, but against us he's not that wide. I'm gonna float ace queen. He probably wanted to go to check raise there on the turn. Check shove. Probably. It feels like that. Checking the river also there with that hand. So we have really good stuff, and I'm gonna show you all that when you're gonna see in my usual games. I wanted to show that everything in here, but we just couldn't get the sample. We played 90k hands, and we basically don't have a lot of sample to do it. So I just when I started this challenge, I just underestimate the pool. I didn't thought like if when they ask you what you think that pool has, how many players, I said like I don't know, 500 maybe. So, but basically we played now more than 9,000 people. That's like crazy. Okay, there was some spam going on. Okay. Check folding 58%. Let's see what type of hands he's check calling here. Middle pairs. Okay. Let's see what he's delay c-betting and how much he delay c-bets here. He delays c-bets really a lot. That's telling me that his check range is stronger. And then he's like doing it with middle pairs in this spot and stuff. And he's continuing to river like not so much. So basically he would bet like sevens here, eights, fives, tens. He will bluff with the c-bet with the like draw. So I don't think the fours need to be defended against that guy. Bet here. Fold here. Okay. 5-7, I'm gonna fold. So basically the biggest thing we started this, we didn't do it, but we didn't have like chance to do it. It's just too big of the pool, but I mean I didn't choose this challenge. The people voted for this challenge. They want to see me in the Zoom pool and they voted on our site. So basically I didn't have any choice. 14% against cut of like 8. But he's 3-betting us more, so we're gonna 4-bet call. We run into kings here. Okay. I'm gonna overbet here with this hand. I, I can bet normal size. He's double barreling a lot, so I don't think he's defending his check range a lot. He's gonna like all the equity is gonna be like bet here, so he's gonna have a lot of non-equity hands that's gonna fold, regardless of the size. So we don't need to overbet against this type of player. It would be different if he has like 50% on the turn double barrel, then it's much better to polarize onto stronger hands because his check range will be stronger. But against this guy, I think it's better to bet smaller. Okay, I'm gonna bet here like 60% of hands. We see that he's calling big blind like Jack 8. He probably has all suited hands. I'm gonna bet like this, so I can bet like 10s, jacks, and 9x, because he's not folding a lot on c bets. So he's gonna call like ace highs here. He's gonna call like queen 10, all like backdoor stuff. So I want to bet 10s against that range. I want to bet 9x. First time he raised the turn. I'm just gonna fold here. I want to see what will happen. Definitely interesting to see it. Betting big here. 15 to that. This is okay. Immediately catches. Okay. You want to play Super Sport Poker? You go register and play, man. You can play on Croatia site. Everybody can play. Go and play, but you also need to know few players that play here, play there, crushes NL 1000 here, and also Yasangale plays there. So, and Yasangale plays like 25-50 here, and nobody wants to play with him. This is gross. Check here. This is just gross spot. Just because also I don't think he's bluffing a lot. Let's see what he had. I didn't want to shove. Like he checked behind queen 10 there. I just feel in this spot like he's giving us a great odds to do it. I'm just gonna fold here, 7-9. He's giving us the odds, but I feel when he's raising here, he's always raising us. Maybe he can raise like king 9 potentially, but I don't know. You can just click www super sport hire like this. I'm gonna write your site, and I will tell you the regs there are much stronger than regs here. You need to know that there is a fish, but also fish are much more aggressive than here. So you need to take that in account. But fish are bad generally, so But like I said, the fish is more aggressive. They are bad, but more aggressive than here. Check behind here. But anybody can play on Super Sport, so it's not like uh, it's not like it's forbidden, like foreign people to play. Everybody can play, so you can just make account there. You can pay with Skrill. You can pay with Skrill there. And that's it. There's no a lot of problems. You just pay with Skrill and go and see how the pool is. You're gonna see here when I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna stream also Super Sport, so you're gonna see opponents. Like I said, there's a lot. There's like 4 or 5 regs that are crushing higher stakes, so it will be interesting for you to see it. And there's like fish, but that fish there's like crazy fish like playing 60-40 and stuff. uh I mean, you're gonna just see it. But definitely you have the also really good players there. Let's see here, bottom versus middle, 10%. Okay. I'm just gonna jam here. Okay. Forward call. Again, I think like Jack X, he's not gonna have a lot of Jack X. He's not gonna have like Ace Jack off in the range ever. Calling a 4-bet in these positions. I'm gonna call here with Ace King. Really, I think bad play showing there. And I have a big fly here, which is fucking with me. He's not having a lot of jack X's there, so shoving there is really, really bad play. I think he wants to call like that hand. He wants to call with the ace queen. He wants to call with nines. He wants to call with eights. He wants to call with tens. It feels like he's not gonna. He doesn't need to shove there, especially against this size. Just shove. It just feels like the hand he had, just a flush draw. And also we didn't block like ace of flush draw. It's a really important thing to with the ace king there, because if he's having like if he's having if he is having like a hand like a not flush draw, it's gonna be in a bad spot with blockers we had. Like I said, man, it's hard for me to say like it's just best for you to try. Maybe you can do it also. I don't know. It's it's always the best just to try and play. Like I said, there is a lot of fish. There's a lot of like aggressive fish. But like always, you have there like Croatian best Croatian players are also playing there. Uh, but that doesn't mean anything. So I'm gonna turn it into bluff. He's folding like 90. He's folding a lot of on delay c bets. I feel his range is like eights, fives in this spot. Not he's gonna tribute like eights, probably like fives, fours. I would bet like Jack X here. He called with ace queen. Now this is like pretty bad, I think. I turned it into bluff just based on the what I saw about his delay c betting, calling with delay c bets. But also maybe I should just go up on the river. Like I said, John, just give it a try to see. There's no rakeback. Like there is periodically, like there is a bonus. Like sometimes they give a bonus and stuff, but not regular rakeback. But just try and play. The cash withdrawals are really fast. You like in 1 hour, like stars. So it's really secure site. All I can best I can say about that. So there's like not costing you anything just to try to play. Limits there, like every day you're gonna play NL 200 and 300 to 400 in dollars. So there's a lot of game there in that limits, and you have also a lot of game in limits below like NL 100, but there's a lot of tight players there. I didn't play ever that limit, so but I know there's a lot of tight players there. Okay, this guy doesn't have like any 5x except ace 5 suited, and he loves to 4-bet like stuff like that also, so he's gonna call pairs here. I don't think he's gonna have a lot of floats. Maybe like an king queen suited, king jack with the backdoors. We're just jamming here. He's gonna call. This guy will call like here with on the turn. He's gonna call like every pair. Okay, he had ace-5 suited. He shoved on us ace-5 suited on a 3-bet, so really unfortunate because he doesn't call like 5-6. He doesn't even open like 5-6 suited or 4-5 suited. So really unfortunate here. And he's like 4-betting tens against us for value. He's going with the tens here with all in. So I'm not afraid of anything. Really unfortunate. Against the rec I'm betting. The range is really wide. With king high I'm betting again. Falling to shove. Clinch is still for tabling. And for me it looks like a fish. This guy's folding a lot on 3-bets. I'm just gonna tone down the size. Going here, we don't know anything about him, but ace king is always a stack off in these positions. Again 3-bet smaller here. This guy's also folding a lot, it seems. Fold here. We basically need to like put 4,000 hands today, and then we have like one big session left, and that's it. Ace-10 call. We saw that he's 3-betting deep a lot less against us, out of position like 7%, and in these positions I would say it's probably like 3%. Because if he's generally 3-betting, general 3-bet deep is out of position 5%. Like in this spot it will be a lot less. Small blind versus UTG. Okay, I'm gonna 3-bet here. This guy won't fold anything. He's gonna have like 24% of hands. And against that strategy, we're gonna c-bet like everything, because his range is real wide. It's easy to sign up there, and I think you can change it in. I'm not sure now, but I think you can change it into the English. Try to see it. I think it can. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say 100%, but you can do it. Uh, Leeds is just. I mean, the guy is pure spew, and he called us so so left. Like he would call theirs with the pocket pair under everything. So he shoved on us 2 times when we 3-bet deep. He shoved just ace-5 suited. Like ace-5 is a GTO like 5-bet shove, but he just shoved it on the 3-bet 2 times against me. So I would say he's just a spewy guy. Really bad in my opinion. He had that like ace-5. What can I do there? I'm just bet shoving there. He has it. It's his, and that's it. Leeds always has it. Did you watch the stream, John Harding? Let me show you what Leeds did against us. We just so brutally dominated him against like the time we were playing here, tilted him like shit, and overplayed him like, and he did bluff us, and we called him with nothing. Like, I'm gonna just show you the hands if you want, and then you can see with backdoor flush and backdoor straight draw is a call. Even against the Recro and unknown. So it's not tilting, he's just really bad. And we are having there an easy bet shove. Let's see here. This guy will have deuces in the range. So he's gonna call like deuces through tens and even jacks. Like ace jack off, king queen off. Let's see, he's gonna fold a pair. On 1 turn he's not gonna fold like 3s, 4s and 5s in this spot. His check raises from what I saw. He check raised like a 1-time flush draw and that's it. I think he's never check raising a set in this spot. And only set he can have is deuces, and he can have like ace deuce suited and ace queen suited. We saw that he called 3-bet to ace 8 in this spot, so he's gonna call with ace deuce also. I'm gonna bet small here. Call in this spot. Bet small here. Call. Calling here. Okay. It seems like he has like an ace here that check raised. Okay. I'm glad I give up there. He's following that line when he's checking, so, and when he like calls here, but really, I don't know. He's not, I think he's not check raising there like a low ace and playing this line, so there's no sense to check ace queen to protect nothing. Okay. You are wrong, John Harding. Jamming is bad because you can just raise the hand. This guy is forfeiting many shitty hands, I know. So I'm just gonna call with the kings here. Because I feel he's gonna be really light in this spot. Really, really light. And we did 3-bet him this hand. So I'm just gonna call with the kings and trap. Because I feel this will be a lot of bluffs. And I saw like he did 4-bet a lot of shitty hands. 4-bet range really, really wide. And against us, I'm feeling that he's gonna do it now really light. Call. He's c-betting everything in 4-bet pots. Calling here with queens. Like I saw, I felt the bluff and he has it. So annoying, and he did time it. This is so lucky, so lucky. I just knew he's bluffing there, pre-flop. And I didn't want to raise or anything, I just wanted him to bluff it off. And he's turning really big hand into bluff. And so annoying that he hit. And we lost so many of this. Like this doesn't show in EV and so tilting. Because I just feel he has a bluff. He's gonna have like no equity bluff with like ace jack and ace king without like with hearts. Even like he did like with ace 10. So I just want him to bluff it off. He had like flush draw here. So tilting. Okay. I'm gonna bet here with the ace queen. Queen of diamonds. Okay. Really tilting for me when this happens. Like I know he's bluffing. That's why I'm trapping with kings there. He checks always. Like when he has like if he has queen there, he's checking it always to me. He plays like that. I have reads on him. I just immediately know what he's doing, and he's like getting there on the river. So fucking annoying. There's no like speaking if he has it or not, because we have the hand and we are losing like from 3 combos basically. And 9s, he's 4-betting like 8s against me. He 4-bet call 9s. He 4-bet and I called with aces when he had 8s. So like there's no like there's no possibility of set there. We're just cruising on that board, but so annoying. But we are mainly running like that. I mean, I called 4-bet like 10 times with aces and kings in this spot, and they just get the bluff on the river. It's so annoying. We're just calling here. Calling the river. I'm not understand what this size means. Is he like toning down with the kings here? I don't think he's betting like jacks. Okay. Really bad. I think the guy should have shoved the river. I'm calling for sure against an unknown player. Yep, I'm definitely calling here. And he bet big and just turned down. Falling versus delay really a lot. Call delay, fold river really a lot. So, okay. We can bet like under pair here, like 9x. Hearts. Let's see what will happen here. So I'm so tilted, like 150 blinds. We are just he's gonna like shove the river there. So fucking annoying. And we can like take a note. He did timed a lot and then shoved. I'm gonna bet here pretty big. Ace 10, okay, I'm gonna check it. Check here. We don't have anything, okay. Again, really bad spot. But here having like 6-7 is of course much better than having like kings or queens. And we are like in front of the bluffs. Yep. He did bet without equity. Let me see the guy just choose now, okay. It's problem for me like to play against unknown in that spot. Because I would have like a good strategy against the player I know. But having there in big blind versus button, we don't have like, I don't 3-bet a lot of against unknown. I don't 3-bet like ace jack and king queen at all. So I have like only aces. I have like ace queen and ace king and like ace deuce to ace 5. And I also call that sometimes against unknown players. So on that ace x, I'm just gonna have a lot of checks to protect my big pairs. I'm gonna try exit here. fold here. I'm so still tilted about that hand with the king jack. He's like three-betting. He's like four-betting that king jack, which is pure call in my opinion, especially deep, and he's just getting into it on the river. Well, I think he's gonna have like club here. I don't like a 6x, but I'm gonna jam it still. Because it's just so hard for us to have a bluff ever. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze here. I don't like this spot, especially this like low bet. And bet like this. Really hard board to hit. And here I just don't know. Really small bet. I'm just gonna fold to small bet here. Ruslan is, in my opinion, really bad. I mean, just look at the hand that we have against him. Like he's, for me, like transparent and just bad. He spew a lot on us, and we like. I mean, I always know what type of hand he has, and I have a good feeling for dynamics versus him. I immediately like knew now that he's like bluffing. I just knew it, and I would like call. I didn't want to four-bet the hand. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to call him off because I would feel that he's gonna, even like he's really afraid of bluff river against me because he saw that we was gonna call him. So in that spot maybe we could shove the turn just to prevent him for that. But I just also sense that he can have like a non-equity bluff there also. So having kings there, I just didn't like afraid of anything because he's gonna have like ace jack there, uh, ace 10 with hearts, and I like even like I want that hearts hits because then he will bluff with the blocker. So I just felt that he's bluffing and I knew that he's gonna do it. So we read him a lot and it's pretty easy to play in my opinion. He's not good player at all, and especially in the pool. He was like for me always marked from the beginning as the weak reg. Okay. This guy is also like pretty tight, I think. Opening 6-10 off. When the hand is going like this, I'm calling pocket trees always. One bet small against him. And look at this guy's having donking range. Donking a lot, in fact. I just wanted to, that I want check behind this.